John Pollock here from The Law and Fight Network here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Mattamy Athletic Centre, getting set for Ring of Honor's return to Canada with, I believe, the hottest tag team going on in the world right now. They are the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. You guys have to be the most in-demand tag team right now, and just tell us a bit about 2014, because it seems this has been the year where everything has just fallen into place for you guys, and many would say top tag team in the world right now, hands down.
Thank you very much, man. That's very flattering. It's been a great year for us. I don't know why. It's just all the stars have aligned, and we've had really cool matches that people have seemed to like. And I think Nick and I have really found our niche as far as what we want to do with our, with our act per se. We've found ourselves, and it's been fun. And I can't complain. It's been a fun ride. It's been a fun year. Hopefully next year's even cooler. So.
Yeah, and you say we're in demand. Man, our bodies are feeling it, because every week we are doing crazy matches, and I don't think fans actually understand that. But we're doing this 3 times a week at least, and the travel alone kills.
We're beat up.
We're pretty beat up right now, but it's all for our family, so it works out in the end.
And once you get this reputation for having certain matches and doing certain...
The bar's set.
Right? And it's almost like we're working against ourselves.
A lot of the boys say that. They're like, you screwed yourselves. You guys have to have these crazy matches every...
You guys could just go total villain, and you come out there, and it's like abdominal stretches.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe one day that's going to be us.
Well, all the veterans always say, slow down, slow down, slow down. And I think we've understood that concept. It's just, for the style we do, I don't know if it's... It works for us.
I like to tell my followers on Twitter that if you like cocaine, you will like a Young Bucks match.
It's a great analogy.
We just like to have fun out there, you know what I mean? And I think the fans understand that now, and they're in it. Like, they're in with it with us.
We want to create a party atmosphere. I mean, we talk about this, the super kick party, but we truly believe that
we just want to have a party.
If it's going to be, if they're having a party, we're having a party in the ring. Everybody's partying, everybody's having fun. Then you're doing something right, and everyone's having a good time. So
there also has to be some validation for you two, who I'm sure, like, you've gone through years of hearing, certain veterans say, this is wrong, this is not how we do things. But you know what? To me, it's like, if a crowd responds, that's working. You know what I mean? And you guys, it just seems everything's clicked, and the critics have, I'm sure you guys hear from some, but it seems like it's really died down, and people just can appreciate just the incredible athleticism you two display.
You're right, though. We have veterans still to this day tell us what's wrong. But the funny thing is, we're considered veterans now, so it's working for us. So we're going to continue to do it.
The business is changing, the business is evolving, and we're at the forefront of it. So we're creating, and I like to think of us as almost like, tag team pioneers, as cheesy as that is, because there was a day in the late 2000s, tag wrestling wasn't really relevant, but we were still doing our thing.
We've been doing this for 11 years now, so it's not like we've been doing it for a cup of coffee. We've been doing it for a long time, and our bodies...
11-year overnight sensations, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people think that, though, and it's like, well, no, we were nobodies for a long, long time. We had to work and get to that.
In the 11 years, it's been a long road, because we haven't really gotten popular.
It's been
5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, we've never had Vince McMahon, so it's been all on our own. We've had to make this literally on our own without anyone pretty much backing us.
Scratch and just try our best on our own without TV.
I think that makes us more proud of our body of work, though, because we don't have someone pushing us.
And you know what it is the fans are passionate about that, because they go, you know what, these guys are underground, these guys are hip, they're cool. You haven't heard of the Young Bucks? Oh my God, you got to check them out.
Works to our advantage.
They almost have like this weird passion, like we're this underground punk rock band that you haven't heard of. But once you have heard of us, you're like, they have the best songs, they have the best music, it's so cool. They're pioneering, and I think that works in our favor almost.
And I think the fans know that we don't get paid weekly. I think they actually understand that, hey, we have to buy one of their T-shirts to help them. And it literally does help us. It goes straight to our families, and it feeds them.
You're not going to go to a WWE house show and John Cena's not going to be out there, with his T-shirts trying to sell them.
Exactly.
But when you go to an indie show and you see the Young Bucks there at a meet and greet, and you're buying an 8x10, you know that you're helping
right
us.
To the family.
I think that helps us. I think they feel like, man, these guys are cool. I'm helping them. I'm supporting them. They could see that they're supporting it. It's not just that they're buying a T-shirt off of like WWEshop.com and then it's not the same feel of it. It's more intimate. They get to meet us and talk to us. So that helps us, I think. I really do. So
New Japan, of course. I mean, so much more visibility now, being on Ustream and people getting to see that. For you guys, I'm sure always a goal to eventually get there to New Japan. Was there ever a learning curve for you guys going to New Japan? We've seen other guys, they go there and it's what do they want out of me, respond to the crowd, or was it pretty much hand to glove for you guys?
Man, it came real natural, to be honest with you. I would have said I would have been nervous 6 years ago, but I think we were ready at this point. It took, 9-10 years to get to that point. So at that,
right in.
Yeah, and a lot of veterans say if you could get over at one place, then you're going to learn how to get over at other places. And we learned how to get over at PWG, which is in Reseda, California, and we took what we knew from there, and then we've tried to bring that concept of the Young Bucks at PWG to the Young Bucks everywhere, and we did that in Japan, and I feel like it's worked.
The first night our debut, we did too much, way too much.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to leave a lasting impression and impact. Almost bit us in the butt because we did way too much. Now I go back and watch that match, oh my God, it was still awesome.
But you could see we were still confident in our work.
Right, and they took notice of it. They said, these guys are real. These guys are legit. So I think it may have worked in our favor, but at the same time, we watch it now.
Learning,
we're like,
we're still
learning.
There
was a learning curve.
Yeah, we're still learning.
For at least the first two. But then we joined the Bullet Club, and it just was so natural. And it's been one of the most natural fits ever.
I tell Matt that it's the first gigantic company. Because they're pretty much considered the second biggest company in the world, and they're the first ones to really say, let's hop on these guys and let's push them right away.
They saw money in us when TNA didn't, when WWE didn't, when they could have hired us. New Japan said, these guys are money, and they put, as soon as we got there, we're in the biggest group in the company. They're having us win the titles. They're having us win tournaments. They really saw something in us, and we're appreciative of that.
We're grateful for
they've
that.
helped us out tremendously. So.
And is that one of the most difficult parts? I think for a lot of performers, it's so obvious that, man, when you are just given that chance and you had that confidence instilled with you, I mean, I always point to Harry Smith over there, who it's just like, man, you can see this guy. He just loves being over there, and he's no handcuffs on him. And similar to you guys, it's like, I'm sure you've had your detractors in the past, but New Japan was like, no, we want you guys out there, and that confidence comes through.
And it's simple booking. Just book us in a tag match. Book Harry in a singles match. That's all.
Give us a little time.
And what? Yeah, exactly. Give me some time and have him in a normal singles match. Give him 12 to 15 minutes, and he's gonna go do it.
And don't handcuff him. Tell him do your thing, man. Don't have an agent breathing down his neck.
Exactly. Do the same thing with us, and that I think we'll do the best we can. And that goes for the workers like that.
The majority of them
that could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
When it comes up, when you guys are constantly coming up with new stuff, I want to get your thoughts on the creation of the Meltzer Driller. This thing has just swept the internet by storm.
The Meltzer Driver.
The Meltzer Driver. Let's not.
Right, man. No, we've been. We had it in our back pocket for about 6 months. Nick came up with it on a New Japan bus.
We were watching one of our matches or something, because I usually have the PWG shows, so we were watching with our whole crew, and I did the normal one, which is even crazier as it is. It's a springboard tombstone. I thought, man, maybe I could do a friggin' flip into it. And then we were talking about it for 4 to 5 months.
Even 6 months, maybe.
And then last week at a PWG event, we've told the boys about it too. That Frankie,
one day we're gonna hit this move. You better watch out for it.
And it happened. We were wrestling Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, and Frankie was like, "You have to do it tonight." And tonight is the day you're doing it.
Hey, we needed something huge because it was Bola night too. They'd seen it all. We're like, all right,
you know what? Screw it. Let's try it. And we didn't really try it until that was the first take. So it was like. It was hit or miss, and I think we hit it.
And then we were an animated GIF got online the next morning, right? And we were driving. I said, Nick, we should call this the Meltzer Driver. And he's like, of course we're calling it the Meltzer Driver. And then I just shot out a tweet and named it, and that was the end of that. We named it, and then within 12 hours, we were getting tweets about Meltzer talking about it on his audio.
Dave Meltzer likes it, and we're big fans of Dave, so I think it's flattering both ways. So.
It's tongue in cheek. It's like, I don't even know why we call it that. I really don't know why. The reason.
I think it's great. I just think it just catches on.
Silly.
Well, I
it's
think
silly.
fans like it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
maybe this can grow. Like you guys can debut the double issue. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go.
yeah. It'll give us some promo verbiage too, I think.
Yeah, something to talk about. Yeah.
Last thing here, I just want to ask you guys about Red Dragon. Certainly expectations very high. By the time people are seeing this, the match will have already gone down. But I mean, just having that pressure and chemistry that just seems to be flawless with these two.
They're awesome. They're two of the best in the business right now. we've wrestled him twice on. They're two of my favorite matches of the year.
Was with his broken hand. He had a cast on, so we were
Chicago.
scared about that, but it still went.
And then we really got to tear it up at the New Japan Joint show, and we were really thrilled about that
You know
match.
what? Tag team wrestling needs a tag team like them, and I'm glad that Ring of Honor's letting them be who they are, and I hope they're a team for years to come because the wrestling business needs it.
I think we can do a good one tonight. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah,
You talk about the pressure. Everywhere we go lately, we had this really hard pressure, and it's really getting us.
Like what we said earlier on in the interview, though, we did it to ourselves. You know what I mean? Our reputation now lives off of it, and we feel like we have to provide a good match for the fans because that's why they're coming to see the Young Bucks. They expect it, and I think we should definitely
deliver every time because that's our brand. That's what we're about.
It is a lot of pressure, but this is what feeds my family, so that's what keeps me sane because I got a 1-year-old baby that's waiting for me to bring some food home. So.
So I guess we're gonna have to hit Melcher drivers and tandem tombstones and more bang for your buck tonight to feed his kid.
Well, let our viewers know where they can go and support the Young Bucks. And I know all your dates. I mean, we could go on forever about that.
ProWrestlingTees.com/Young Bucks. Please buy a T-shirt. We have 37 different designs. Not that many, but we have several, and they're all pretty cool. You can follow me on Twitter at MattJackson13.
Nick Jackson YB.
And then we have other things on there, Instagram. This guy's a pretty good viner too.
Yeah, if you see us on Twitter, you'll see where we are throughout the country or throughout the world.
That's the best place to check us out. We're also on Facebook. Just search Young Bucks. You'll find us.
Fantastic. 5-star interview, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to the match tonight.
Right on. Thanks.